This week, I want to talk to you about the marketing side of the private investigator business and specifically tell you 3 things you can do if you have a private investigator blog to make it better and help make it pay for you. Hi, this is Larry Kaye with ShadowAnyone.com and the creator of the Investigator's Ultimate Guide series, premium private investigator training from someone who's been there and done that. Let me say, first of all, of course, you've got to have a website up if you're a private investigator. Number one thing I'm going to say, I just got to get it out of the way. It grates on me so much. If you've got some freebie site up, pay for a site. Don't have some free website up. I don't want to see your website to be, I want it to be, Joe's House of Private Investigations.com. I don't want it to be, Joe's Private Investigator Service dot free website dot anytime you want dot net or whatever the heck it is. Don't use that kind of free website. Use one where you have your domain name. Maybe it's your company name, maybe it's something catchy, but own the domain name for starters, and don't put up a free site where you can see at the bottom that this internet service or hosting service is free site today or built with our free site service. For crying out loud, you're a professional. Project professionalism. Pay for your website. Does not have to be expensive. The most expensive domain name registering is like $15 a year. And putting up a website, do something to get it up. Even if you have to pay a one-time cost to build a static page and get it up and be done with it, that's better than a free site. Okay, sorry, didn't mean to rant like that. Let me talk about, okay, now you have a website, blogging and using that to build your business. There's a lot of good reasons for blogging. There's 3 tips I want to give you though that'll help you with this. Number one, and this is probably the biggest single tip I could give you. I should probably save it for the grand finale, but this is number one, is blog consistently. Put up content consistently. Maybe you're going to just do that once a month. You're going to post something. You know what? That's probably not enough, at least initially. But you know what? In a blink of an eye, a year is going to pass, and now you've got 12 blog posts up. You've got a little history. You've got some content there. You know me here. I post at ShadowAnyone.com. I post every week. Every Tuesday, there's a new video, new blog post. So I'm a big believer in weekly content, and it's not that hard to do. Consistently put up posts. Set it in your schedule and make it happen. The number 2 tip is, tune it into the person who would visit your website. Make sure there's something there for them. Mostly for what we do, it's going to be informative. I mean, arguably, if you're doing a different kind of blog site, it could be an entertaining thing that you're putting up. But, for us, it's probably going to be something that's going to be informative and help your visitor. Specifically answer a question for them or provide them some help. And that's what you really want to do with your business, with your website, with your blog, is help people. So when the time comes that they need something, they go, oh, okay, well, that Larry guy is giving me tons of stuff for free. If he's giving me that, some of this stuff is pretty darn good. If he's giving that stuff away, how great must his stuff be that he's charging for? And that's the mentality that you want when they come to you. Maybe initially they're surfing around because they've got a cheating husband, girlfriend, wife, whatever it might be, and you've got a blog entry on that. And so at least now they're looking at your website, and maybe if they consider hiring someone, they're going to consider hiring you, that type of thing. Maybe it's a blog post about pre-employment screening and some important things not to forget and some warnings about trying to do it yourself. Well, if they find that on your site, they're more likely, first of all, A, both of those types of posts are helpful to the person who finds them, but B, they'll recognize, okay, you know what you're doing, and if they're going to hire someone, hopefully they'll hire you. So that's the number 2 tip. Make sure there's something in it for the people who visit your blog, visit your website. Don't just make it about you, about how great you are and how many years of experience. There's a place and a time for that, but really provide them a resource. Give them something for free. You can't go wrong doing that. I really firmly believe that. Help people out. The third thing, and this is where a lot of people fall down, and it hurts them. Where in the world do I come up with content for once a week, or maybe you say once a month. Okay, I could do that for a while. But in our industry, and early on, I didn't really struggle with this, but think about it from perspective of what I do. How many blog posts can there be? One on skip tracing, one on process serving, one on background checks. That's it. I got 3 weeks worth of stuff. But come to find out, as you get into this and as you learn the questions that people have, there is plenty. I mean, for years now, every week I've been able to answer a question, post a tip, teach you something. It really is never ending. But here's the tip. Here's the real secret for how you can make this happen. Every time you get the slightest little idea for a blog post or something that makes you go, oh, that's interesting, or I think they like that, you write it down. Some people, they get on their phones and right away they go into the little note section and they make a note about it. Maybe they'll even add a little phrase or something like blog idea, so that when they're searching through their notes, they can just keyword search blog idea and immediately bring up all these ideas that they've got. I'm old school. I like to just jot mine down on an index card or on my notepad, and I put them in a file folder. I literally put the pieces of paper, scraps of paper sometimes, in a file folder. And then when I get ready to do videos, I pull out the file folder, and there are, there's hundreds of ideas in there. And I can go through and pick out the very best ones, what really needs to be put now. Maybe there's something in the news, and I go back and say, well, here's an idea that I need to teach them or share with people, so that they can do something more with the current events. But you'll have this folder of ideas. So now generating content is so much easier, because you simply go to the folder and you pick your favorite one, the best one, the one you're most prepared maybe to put together, and that's the one you do. You don't have to waste any time at all thinking about what you're going to post. 3 things right there to make your blog easier and better, more useful for your potential clients, so that they'll become your clients. If you have any questions, by the way, reach out to me, email me, contact me in the comments below or something, and I'll see what I can do to answer your question. A lot of these videos that I post, I don't always put up that they're answers to email questions I get, but a lot of them are. People contact me and want to know things, and if I'm going to teach it to one person, I might as well teach it to you guys as well. So contact me if you got any questions. This is Larry Kaye with ShadowAnyone.com. Remember, do the right thing, even if it's the hard thing.